Welcome back, everybody, to the latest video. This time, something a bit different. It came off the back of an incredible AMA where the undoubted stars of the show were the Chuckle Sisters. We're joined by Super and Spammer. She prefers to go by the name Ree. So Spammer, you can hold that one.
Thank you.
And maybe Super can say hi.
Hello.
And in this video, we're talking all about product, where product comes from, what you can do to get the most out of your product, and perhaps a little bit of an indication on from you both about kind of the stuff you're working on, what we can get excited about. So let's get started, because it looks right.
Yeah.
You're filming, bruv?
Yeah.
All right, remember you've got to hold that against your mouth.
Step one,
Step one, design philosophy. So we might be watching this, might we, at like in summer, winter. I mean, you're definitely not watching it when we're filming it, but that in itself is a design decision, because the type of products we make, we design to be timeless. Tell us a little bit about how that works in practice. What products do you pick and why?
Okay, our design philosophy. So basically we talk about how long, from the process is we start of what we want to design, what we want to wear ourselves, and how long it's going to take us to get that from rail to rail, from our rail to the customer's rail. And basically from, generally speaking, it can take between 6 months to a year of the design process from start to finish, sampling with the factory, wear testing on our end, so we wash test, wear test, do all the different sizes that we've got.
So it's quite an involved process. Like when you talk about the design process of bringing a new product to market, it's not like you just go, oh, let's do that and ship it. You're really trying in your team, aren't you, to make a product that's built to last and that someone can wear season to season. You might update and refresh it with different colours to kind of suit different trends?
Yeah, so this year we've done 4 main new colours for women's wear especially, and we kind of just think of like what colours are timeless, and what can we wear year on year and not have to throw it in the bin after a couple of wears because we're bored of it.
I think in particular, it's not just linked to our mission in terms of like sustainability, but it also helps businesses, store owners, not have to like constantly chase trends, and not have to constantly update their site. But also, there is an element of like appeal, because whilst some brands might try and rush out some fluorescent, give me an example of a
fluorescent neon yellow.
Neon trend colour.
knee pads.
Not knee pads,
Knee
but
pa-
neon.
Neon knee pads.
Neon knee pads.
And then like next month, they're all in the bin. Products that everybody wears and that everybody loves appeal to everybody, and it gives you a much better chance within the market. So design philosophy starts by trying to give you the best possible chance to grow your brand. And I just want to pick up on one of the stats you've pulled out, the 80-20 rule.
Yeah, so what this is that 80% of all sales come from about 20% of the range. So when you think about it, you don't have to have a massive range with every single colour and every single product, because what actually happens is that majority of your sales, the 80%, will come from sort of maybe 1 or 2 different products that you've got on your store.
So if we contextualise that, whilst some people might like neon knee pads, most people wear T-shirts.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so the 80-20 rule is huge, and that would probably matter for people's stores in terms of the merchandising that they do as well. So if you're only really selling a lot of a very tight range, or a few of your products are flying, that's not a cause for concern, that's normal.
Yeah, that's normal, yeah. And the other thing sort of that we see as well, sort of within our design philosophy, is that actually 70% of the market is women's wear. So, which is why we've heavily focused this year on women's wear, because that was something that we identified that we were sort of lacking in our range, and we wanted to bring that to the platform so we can allow store owners like yourselves to actually get a part of that market. And kind
I'm just thinking about design philosophy. That's what we should call it.
Well, I spelt philosophy wrong on the board.
So fashion, clothing is something where the participation is much higher for women than guys. There's 2 of you, 1 of me. Think about that, especially if you're a bloke designing a brand, you know. I think it's very easy to get that bit wrong. Luckily, we've got you guys telling us what is cool and badass.
Yeah.
I think we can now start looking at some of the products that you've actually produced. And which one would you want to highlight first if you're going to pick a product? We're kind of going to look back through some of the products that we've released this year that we love, including some classics, plus some new ones that we're gonna, might be new to you now that we're rolling out right now. Do we want to pick up one to start with?
I think it'd probably be our Relax Fit T-shirt that we launched this year.
All right. So what's the plan? We're gonna talk about this, but we're gonna bring it up on screen so everyone can have a look at some points we want to make.
Yeah, so we've got some sort of styling tips, like really cool outfit tips. So we'll flash up some screenshots on the screen in a minute. So Lucy will sort of talk through the T-shirt, sort of like why we made it and why we feel it's an important T-shirt to the range. And then we can kind of go into like the styling outfits and give you guys some top tips.
So I'm going to hold it, you guys are going to talk about it, and Super's going to give us some spiel. I just want to kind of draw attention first to the colour. This is one of the colours that you guys have picked from the palette, very on trend right now. You also have introduced colours that no matter what is going to be hot next season is still going to be relevant: blacks, the whites, the greys, the blues. But we have some amazing new colours, not just in the new products, but you guys have introduced that back across some of the kind of favourites as well. I can see a men's tee in rust there, for example. Love it, love it. Really nice work, guys. I know that went down a treat store owner-wise and helped boost conversions. So let's get into this particular product. Your design philosophy, it took you a long time to make it. What were you trying to achieve when you designed this product? Why do people love this?
The main thing for this one, I think, was the whole versatile styling, where we're talking about like the whole circular economy, timeless styles. We wanted to make something that you can wear over and over again but not feel bored with it. So there's lots of different styling elements to this, which we can show on the screen, of how to style it and how different ways to wear it.
And one of them is the knot on the side.
Yes, yeah.
So that'll be popping up on the screen now, so you can see that on there. So as you can see, you've kind of got it tucked in first, and then the second one is the knot. And we feel like showing these details to the customer is really important, because without seeing it, they can't visualize how the product's going to look. So we've kind of got, with the product here, you can see you've kind of got the split there, but then also I've styled mine with sort of one knot at the side and then also the split on the other side. So I think it was something that was really important to us when we were getting the photographs for the platform. With the AI mock-ups, that we included stuff like jeans, because that is what most people wear day to day. So it's important to have those kind of outfit elements when you are styling the product, so that the customer envisages what they're wearing it with.
So I just want to break that down, because everything you just said there is like what we need to hear. We have this radical print that's been added. Do we know who this is from? I love it.
I think Liv did that one.
Does she? Brilliant. Good old Liv. I hope you've been enjoying all the stuff that Liv's been adding.
Liv stuff's
Another superwoman in the house. And it's not just a case of adding the designs. What you're talking about there is a concept of styling. So we are going to talk about a lot of the other products that we've introduced this year and some of the ideas behind them. This one's clearly interesting and versatile with the knots, the ways you can wear it differently. But speaking to that kind of women's wear side of things, styling matters. And we have tried to introduce some of that through the Magic models. But I think that one of the points that you guys really wanted to get across here was the concept of, while we might produce these products, how you guys style them and photograph them heavily affects how effective you are out there when you're trying to introduce them to the market.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want to talk a little bit about what makes great styling, great photography?
I think for the photography, it's kind of the concept of anyone can do it, especially with the phones that we have today. You can do it on your own phone with a model of your choice. It could be yourself and someone else taking the photos. I think what would be good is also as well like the research behind, like when we create our own photography briefs, we think of reference images of, oh, this is like a really great shot that we could include for this product, and thinking about the background as well, where you're doing it, does that tie into the story that you're trying to sell with the product? So we've got another screenshot that will go up on the screen now, which shows the crew neck T-shirt that we've got.
That was a nice seek. You guys are good at this. Into the crew neck.
Which is one of our best sellers, isn't it? It's our most timeless product, and that's kind of used throughout the year, isn't it? So I think this is a good representation, like Lucy was saying, of using the product with the background as well. Because as you can see, we've got a nice floral design on the front of the T-shirt, and it links in with the background, sort of like with the plants and the trees and the sort of elevated sort of stairs behind it. I think it works really well.
So if we have a look at that crew neck tee a sec, if we can pull that off the rail. And this is another example of the kind of product you designed. Okay, it might have taken 6 months, and someone might ask themselves, well, how come? It's because the the design of it, the fit tests and the wear tests are really worked thorough. So this is going to be something that's going to be around for years.
Yeah.
Women's crew-neck tee, you guys got these at home? Wear them every day?
Yep.
So for women, by women, but most importantly, then produced in an on-trend colour. And then what you guys are saying is, go take great original photos because we can't really, this doesn't come to life until you do that. And when you do, go do some research, think about the backdrop, what you're trying to communicate and what someone's wearing with it. And that is how, the best brands do it. My understanding is that you've got a little fact on photos for us too.
Yeah, so the top 50 stores have great photography, and that's why they're great. Oh, shit, that's too savage. Is that too savage?
Okay, and there's even more. You guys have been so busy this year, absolutely pumping out the products, despite COVID, despite, am I allowed to say Brexit? Just did. There was a ferry that got stuck.
It was a boat, big boat, not ferry.
Sorry, Isle of Wight, isn't it?
Isle of Wight.
Imagine if the Isle of Wight ferry got stuck. We'd be in deep trouble
You know
then.
they're not running a boat after 7 o'clock anymore.
Thanks for that. And we're going to share some of these. Don't try and get to the Isle of Wight after 7 o'clock. You heard it first. We're going to share some of these other products that you guys have been working on. Some of them are products that have been around for a while, but that you've refreshed this year.
Yeah.
The scoop neck tee. So particularly in women's wear, we said massive section of the market. You guys have looked at this one and refreshed it a little bit and added some new colours. So even stories of those existing products, get a new life as part of our work. What should I do with these? Just throw them over like this way, like I'm a personal assistant or something. I think one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about the next two products, okay, the boxy tee and the boxy jumper, is they're really progressive, aren't they, in terms of their shape and how kind of modern they are.
We saw a great reaction when we launched this to the platform last year. It was the first t-shirt that was kind of slightly different and less fitted from what we already had on the platform, and we saw such a great response to it. We kind of used that data to also kind of influence sort of products this year, which is why you can see we've sort of introduced more products that are sort of looser fitting, and then kind of introducing this one here, which is sort of the boxy jumper, which has done really well, hasn't it? We've had a great reaction to this product.
So super, I want to talk about this because this came from a different place. You talked about data, but one of the most important ways of making a decision is like whether or not you want to wear it. And this one came from there with you.
Yes, this one was the heavily requested one. More so, really wanted this one. It's the crop style with the raw hem, something that wasn't necessarily data driven, as you say, but something that we just really wanted to wear and that we believed in it ourselves. And that's kind of sometimes where you don't always need to look at the data. It's kind of just thinking like, what would I actually wear?
So if we take that, like do you think these are some of your best products, the ones that you were just like, I haven't got the data to prove it, but I just want to wear that? Do you think that's where some of your best works come from?
Yeah.
So I'd kind of maybe put this back to you guys. How do you think that store owners could use the same process in their work to get the same results, you know? Like maybe with their prints?
Yeah, I think it would be with the prints and their photography, isn't it? You have to do prints that you'd want to wear, but also you have to photograph it in a way that you would want to see something photographed, because obviously we all shop differently. Some people prefer sort of studio photography, some people prefer it on a beach or in woodland, and you have to figure out what works for you, but ultimately, how would you buy that product? How do you think it looks good, and what would make you want to buy that product, I think is the most important thing. Thanks,
Bam. So when we're talking about developing new products, this is one I wanted to pull up as well. Am I right in saying this is out now?
Yes, this is out now.
More new. So it's so important. I remember that experience myself, like, you know, trying to build a branding, like, I wonder what people want. And when you just let go and just go, I'm just going to make what I want, things start to work. This one came from what store owners wanted.
Yes, so this was the one product of the year that was kind of the most heavily requested through our socials, through our chat channels, and it's the one that everyone was asking for time and time again. So we thought, okay, let's look into it, develop it, do the same process that we always do of the sampling, the wear testing, thinking about what colours we'd want it in as well, and then
Here it is, a beautiful V-neck. You've got this beautiful curved hem on the bottom as well, which kind of gives it that nice kind of feminine touch, you know, because V-necks are quite tricky products to design well, aren't they? To still be cool. Some beautiful photography coming into that as well. Magic Models really helps make it easier to lift the standard of your photography. But as the girls say, you know, there's nothing beats that original, genuine photographic styling, so that you know your brand is your brand. So that's a fantastic new product. Came for you. Keep that data coming. We can use that kind of input and then put that into the design process. And this is the kind of fantastic stuff that we get out of the end. We've got a couple of sneaky previews. We've talked about how to get the most out of your products and what the process looks like and why we have the design philosophy we do and how that works. You're going to reveal some stuff.
Yeah.
You guys wanted joggers, shorts, live now? I don't need a mic.
Oh,
Yeah, got one.
yeah, shorts live now.
Shorts live now. Joggers too. 100% organic cotton,
Yep.
beautifully crafted. You know, everybody's loving your work, guys. The product's just fantastic. Really modern shape, comfy.
Yeah, people cannot wait to get their hands on these.
And so Sample Store, I believe, is where they'll end up
Yes,
first.
they'll end up sample store first. Yep.
Giving you guys a chance to get them at the wholesale prices, get your photography sorted before the launch. Really excited. I think our philosophy, I should just say, we talked about those products that you wanted to do from the heart. A lot of the people that are building pro stores, that subscription helps us take more risks. This is an example of something that we wouldn't do if it wasn't for the pro stores, both asking for it and getting behind it. So thanks for that one, dudes. We're going to give it a go, see what happens. We talked about data. When we launch a product, we generally tend to launch, especially if it's a new line and we're taking a risk, we launch it and then we wait and see what happens, don't we? What happens after that if we launch a compact line, what do we do in response to the number of sizes and colours?
We obviously look at the data and we see kind of what colours have been responded well to. And then we kind of look at the data, don't we? And then we sort of propose what colours we think will work really well. And also then sort of look at sort of expanding the sizes and seeing what would work for the platform. And then just getting that on order, aren't we? Yeah. And then seeing how else we can expand it.
Yeah, so what sells well? Our response is, let's invest and build that range out, build the size out with the colours. And if something doesn't work so well, we wouldn't expand that part of the range either. So once we bring these products out, it's down to you guys to show us that you want them by using them. And that'll come out in the data and in how we respond.
Yep.
We've got a women's hoodie here.
Yes, we've also got a new style hoodie for the women's, which is very different to the existing hoodie that we have in terms of the fit. The one that we've got at the minute is fairly slim fitted in the hoodie. This one is similar concept of the relaxed fit tee. This is going to be the relaxed fit hoodie.
So let me just take a look at that right now. I want to draw everyone's attention kind of to the hem, because this is where it's slightly different. Tell us why you would rather wear this than the hoodies we've got at the moment.
I think it's, personally for me, it would be the fit of it and the detail that's in it. It kind of just makes it slightly more interesting, where you've got the split hem, there's no cords in the hoodie as well, which is something that I kind of like tend to avoid in hoodies. So something that I think it's the main thing was the fit. It's like easier to wear.
I think
all
it's
year
quite
round.
versatile, isn't it? Because you could either pop it on if you were going over to the gym, pop it on over a t-shirt and some shorts or leggings, but then also you could style it up, because you quite often come in, don't you, with yours sort of like half tucked in. So you can kind of dress it up, you can dress it down. So I think that's what makes it different to the current one that we've got, is that it's just so versatile.
Okay, the hoodies that we've got right now versus the hoodies that we've got here. Which one was designed by women and which one was designed by men for women?
This one was designed by women.
The other one was designed by Mark.
You're fired, Mark. Yeah, fair enough. You're right though, because that is just so much better. Here's another way that I've been totally wrong. Pretty much forever, Longline T's in my head have been a banned word. What happened?
Rocked up to work, wearing it, looked over. I'm like, you got that curved hem? You're like, yeah, just floating around.
Yeah, so Longline T has been on the agenda for a long time. The girls have been pushing it because this is apparently what cool guys wear. I completely disagree. And then I found a sample in a box. I put it on. I was like, this is a great T-shirt. And I came into work and I just thought it was kind of a new test cut or something. And actually, it was the Longline T these guys have been pushing along. I'm wearing it now. It's really great. Yeah. I'm totally wrong. Longline Teens, coming to you. Thanks to the girls, no thanks to me. Hope you love them. So I think, have we covered enough
Yeah.
I mean, the main thing is that they wanted more of you, and that's what they've got. Let's sum up then. You know, there's an incredibly well thought through, professional, but fundamentally cool design process that's coming through into the products now. You're seeing products launching regularly, and this is nothing, right? You guys are just getting started.
Yeah.
We are so excited about that. We've got new shapes, new styles, new colors. Most importantly, they're cool, and it's what people want. Once you get it out, what do you guys want to see the team of store owners do with it?
We'd love to see you guys sort of take it and put your own spin on it. We love seeing your feedback in chats, when you share stuff on social media, of how you guys have styled it, what designs you popped on it, what photography, how it fits in with sort of like your demographic of the store. We just love kind of seeing people taking the products that we've designed and loving them just as much as we do.
We design it, you style it, and lastly, remember everything we make, everything, is designed from the start to come back to us when it's worn out. We're using natural materials, renewable energy, and actually that post-consumer remanufactured material increasingly as it comes back to integrate into our new lines. And that's something that we're working on now. Whole new colors, whole new ranges.
Sneak peek.
Have you got one? What you got for me? Good though.
Can we show it?
You just did. Yeah, go on wave it up there. And that is all remill, right? The whole lot.
Yep. Hot off the press.
Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Let us know if you want to hear more from the Chuckle Sisters. I've been Spammer Lucy. This has been Mark. Hope you enjoyed that, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Before you go, remember to...
Take photos.
Yeah. I was going to say subscribe.
Oh, whoops.
Oh.
No, but that was
Take
actually
photos
better.
and subscribe.
Say that.
Take photos and subscribe.